Look at this guy, Sony 55-210mm compact telephoto lens. Oh my, and in this video guys we'll test this tiny telephoto lens in different aspects, including travel, landscape and portraiture, so you make up your mind if this lens works for you. This is a new episode of Super Glass, and let's get started. The 55-210mm is an APS-C lens made for Sony NEX and 6000 series lineup. That's equivalent to 82-315mm on full-frame sensors, which open a door to many telephoto perspectives. The variable f4.5 to 6.3 aperture helps keeping the overall size and weight to the minimum. The 55-210mm is not the best lens, and it's not bad at the same time. I like sharper lenses, but actually when using this guy for about a month, it turns to be a great lens considering the price. Telephoto lenses with the same reach are usually much more expensive and heavier. I will show you this guy. This is 70-200mm f4 and it's significantly bigger and heavier. This guy is for full frame and this one is for APS-C. The image quality is fine. Indeed, when zooming in to 100%, we don't have the best sharpness. This one at 55mm f8. However, this lens has bad image quality at 210mm. Unfortunately, we got color fringing and bad sharpness. But if you're doing casual photography, that would be fine. I would say because of the tight f6.3 aperture, sometimes I had to use high ISO settings in the afternoon for the images in the shade, such ISO 600, 800 and 1000. In general, this budget lens makes okay images, good ones for your Instagram and family photos. A good start to get images from different perspectives and discover your photography skills. I did not expect that image quality from a $350 lens, and sometimes it's selling on eBay for half the price. Check the links down below, you may find a good offer. Another feature I like in this guy is having optical steady shot. Image stabilization reduces camera shake dramatically, resulting in sharper handheld images. Now we even get better performance when it's combined with the sensor IBIS, in-body image stabilization, on the 65 and 6600 cameras. Optical steady shot is essential in telephoto lenses, because when you zoom in, your hand will shake a little and will show in the camera. And if you're not using the proper shutter speed, you will end up with blurry, shaky and useless images. We don't find optical steady shot available in all budget lenses. No doubt travel and landscape photographers prefer to carry lightweight gear, especially if they have other lenses as well. The Sony 55-210mm is plastic build and feels okay. Indeed, not the same build quality as premium lenses. We got rubber materials on both the focus and zoom ring, making decent zooming experience. This lens is very lightweight compared to other telephoto lenses. The lens weights including the lens hood is 365 grams, 13 ounces. And as you see, we don't have any buttons on the side of the lens. No manual to autofocus switch button and no OSS switch button as well. The lens is very basic like most of Sony APS-C cameras. Now try to keep the lens hood on most of the time or all the time, because it will reduce lens flare unless if you want that effect to show in your images. Having the lens hood on will also protect the lens in case of falling or if you hit the lens somewhere. All telephoto lenses have long minimum focus distance. Now the 55-210mm lens has a 3.28 feet, 1 meter minimum focus distance. That means you can't focus on subjects close to the camera. You should keep a distance between you and the subject. Eventually, it's a telephoto lens, not macro. Portraiture. Now, when doing portraiture photography, this lens is not the best choice for portraiture. Not only because it's f4.5 to 6.3, but technically because it's a telephoto lens in the first place. The focal length is very tight, so you are far from the model, and because of the distance between both of you, the communication is really hard. The model herself complained about that a couple of times, because she is unable to hear my instructions. So the 55-210mm lens works in portraiture, but it's not made for that purpose. If you are interested in making portraiture photography, get yourself a better lens with a wide aperture such as f1.8. It's way better. Chromatic aberration. Two extra low dispersion glass elements are featured in the lens design to help reduce chromatic aberration and color fringing. Let's zoom into these images and check that closely. Unfortunately, not really great. We have color fringing in these images. Alright, now we're testing lens flare. This is a critical subject. Some people love flare, especially in portraiture. Personally, I like it, but very minimal. So here we're dealing with a strong source of light, first in tilting and panning, and another test moving the camera from left to right and from right to left. Sharpness and image quality. If you are not pixel beepers, skip this part of the video, but it's very important to understand what's the sharpest aperture of this lens, so you know what to do if you want to get the best image quality out of your lens. First, at 55mm, I found f4.5 is the sharpest aperture in the center among f5.6, f8 and f11, while f8 is the sharpest aperture overall the image, especially at the sides and edges. f11 and 5.6 are a bit softer than f8. Now at 135mm, f8 is the sharpest aperture. f5.6 and f11 are fine, but f8 is the sharpest in the center and at edges. Here is in the center, jumping to corners. And when zooming in to 210mm, I didn't find much of a difference between f6.3, f8 and f11. f11 is slightly sharper. I can see it here in some small parts, like this one. And here. That's all what I got for you today. Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope this video helped in making your decision. Show me a thumbs up if you find this video helpful, and bump the subscribe button for more camera gear reviews. This was Oma, and see you in another one.